Hey everyone, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you're new here. Today is a very different video from my normal content, but I figured I would share with you all my hair care routine. For reference, I do have straight hair. I am a 1A as far as hair goes. My hair is naturally straight. It's very thin, fine. There's not a lot of volume to it. As you can see, it's very flat. I did just get out of the shower, blow dry my hair and everything. I have very oily hair, and I feel like there's this misconception that straight hair is like super easy to deal with, and by no means is it as hard as it is curly hair, but I definitely have to do a lot to maintain the looks of my hair, because if I don't, then my hair will look like a greasy mess same day. So we're gonna go over my hair care routine. This is my little basket of hair goodies. I do not keep them in this basket. This is actually my garden basket, but I figured I would put them all in here for the sake of this video. Have a lot of things. I do not use these products every single day. I want to point that out, but we will start. Today I kind of did, like, you know how you have your everything showers? Today was that, but for my hair. So I went in with a few different products prior to showering. This video is not sponsored. I do use the brand Bondi Boost for virtually almost every single product. I love this brand so much. I've been using them for years and I have noticed a huge change in my hair health. But I do want to point that out. This is not sponsored. Bondi Boost, if you're watching and you would ever love to work with me, just let me know. But we'll get started with what I put in my hair pre-shower. So I went in with 3 different products. The first thing I went in was the Bondi Boost Elixir Hair Oil. I applied 1 pump to my roots and then 1 pump to the rest of my hair. The next thing I went in with was the HG Clarifying Rinse. This is to detoxify and balance. I also went in just in my roots with this one. This is you're supposed to do like immediately pre-shower. I went ahead and just left it in. It was more convenient for me, but theoretically you should, you know, leave this in for 15 minutes, the hair elixir oil, and then right before you shower, put that in. The next thing, I have the Miracle Hair Mask. I applied this just to my mids and ends. This stuff always makes my hair feel so extremely soft and just healthy. Like, I love the way it makes my hair feel. So I went in with that. I always put it up, so I have this little claw clip here. I put that up, go about my day. What I did today, I ordered me some Whitney Simmons Gymshark collection. Love anything Whitney Simmons. But I did that, just relaxed. You're supposed to leave this stuff in for 15 minutes, so let that sit, and then that's when I got in the shower. Now we will go into during my shower. So I go in with the same Bondi Boost line. I use the HG collection. It's just for hair growth. Obviously I have very thin, fine, low volume hair. There's not a lot to it. Like, this is all of my hair right here. It's not even like an inch. So I'm not working with a whole lot, but I am just trying to do everything I can to help with hair growth. So I go in with the HG shampoo. I shampoo only my roots because the runoff will go over the rest of my hair. I shampoo not only once, but twice. And then depending how gross my hair feels, I know sometimes if I've like went on a really long gross run, sometimes I may need a 3rd time. I go in with 1 pump per shampoo. So I'll take 1 pump, shampoo my roots, rinse that out, and then I'll go in with another full pump, shampoo my roots, rinse that out, and then that runoff from my roots is what's going to wash the rest of my hair. After that, I'm going to squeeze out my hair, try and remove as much water as possible. And then that's when I go in with the HG conditioner. I go in with 3 pumps of this only to my mids and ends. Obviously I have quite long hair. It basically goes down to my waist. So I use 3 pumps. I find that that is a great amount for me. If you have less hair, more hair, obviously adjust conditioner to your likings. Like I said, I have oily roots. That's why I avoid putting conditioner up there, just because it's going to make it a little bit greasy. Today I did put it up there just because I did the whole thing. I usually once a month will go in with conditioner everywhere and shampoo everywhere, just so it's like a whole reset going on. But I will let that conditioner sit. Usually I'll shave, wash my body in that meantime, just so it actually has time to absorb and actually do its job conditioning. And then once I'm done shaving, body wash, whatever I need to do, that's when I will rinse that out. And then once we're out of the shower, we'll go into my post-care. This is definitely the most strenuous part. I wouldn't say I don't enjoy this part, but it's definitely time consuming. So the first thing I do is I go in with both of these sprays. These are the Bondi Boost. Now correct me, I could be pronouncing this wrong, but it's the Prosopil Scalp Tonic. So it's this blue bottle, and then I go in with the Bondi Boost Intensive Spray. I focus both of these just in my scalp. I really massage both of these in, trying to focus in my areas where I want more hair growth. I know it's a little bit hard to see. I kind of lack hair like right in this area on both sides of my scalp. It has grown in so much just from using this line. Like, this stuff truly has made my hair grow so much. And obviously healthier hair maintenance has to do with that too. It's not all due to these products, but these products have definitely made this progress for me so much easier. My hair is so much healthier. After those 2 products though, I go in with Olaplex, a new brand. This is the Olaplex number 9 Bond Protector Nourishing Hair Serum. I go in with half a pump to 1 pump. I put that in my hand, rub it together, and then I go over the mids and ends with most of the product. After I go in with that on my mids and ends, that's when I will work whatever's left into my scalp and everything. Usually there's hardly anything though. And then this has heat protection, but because, you know, I like a little bit more, I always go in with my own heat protection. I use Bondi Boost, but I ran out, so I have this SGX NYC heat protection instead. This is the Blaze. I don't know if they have different types, but it's the orange bottle. I enjoy my Bondi Boost more, but until I run out of this, I'm just going to keep using it just to fill it up, or just to finish it off. But always go in with the heat protection if you use heat on your hair, whether that be just a simple blow dry, curling your hair, straighten, whatever you need to do. Always, always, always use heat protection. I know, like, it's such an extra step, but it's so quick, it's so easy. Legit, like, you just spray it all around, brush it through, and then that is just going to help protect your heat from damage. Because for me, I have very fragile hair. It's very thin, so it breaks very easily. So whatever I can do to help protect my hair, I try and do. After that, like I said, brush that heat protection through, and then this is the hairbrush I use. It's got hair in it, don't mind. But this is the Tingle Teaser. I very much enjoy this brush. It's been used a while. The bristles are all jacked up, but I'll brush that through with that, and then blow dry. I always start on my scalp and try to blow dry that as much as possible. I move my hair every which way to try and give it some more volume, flip my head over, blow dry that scalp, and then what I'll do with it, I'll have my blow dryer, and then I will take it like this with my hairbrush, and that's just to really focus that heat in on my hair. I try and blow dry my hair in a way to provide as much life as possible, so I move it all around. And I know never blow dry my hair 100%. I never do that unless I have like an event where I need to curl my hair afterwards. I'll usually blow dry my hair like 75%, let it air dry the rest of the way. I just find that to be what works for me. That is the healthiest option. I don't enjoy using heat on my hair, but for my hair type, because it's oily, it really helps prevent it from getting oily faster. So I have to, but whatever I can do to decrease the amount that I'm using it, I try. Once I've blow dried my hair, that's when I'm going to go in with a hair oil. I use, and I don't know if this is how you pronounce this brand, but Way. This is their hair oil. I do plan on switching brands after this one. I don't dislike this brand, but it's definitely not my favorite. I have gone through like 2 or 3 bottles of these though, so it's a great option. But obviously I love Bondi Boost, so I think I'm going to be trying theirs once I run out of this. I go in with 2 pumps on my mids and ends, brush that through, and then, you know, if I go to sleep, I'll do another pump, braid my hair. If I don't wash my hair the next day, then before I go to sleep again, like do another pump, braid my hair before sleep, and that's just to help protect it. That's as far as like products go. Now we can talk about actual like hair protection. I know I kind of mentioned it with the hair oil. You need to be using protective hairstyles whenever you go to sleep. If you're working out, be gentle with your hair. Braids are one of the best things you can do because it's not putting a bunch of tension on your scalp. Now, obviously, when I run and stuff, I put my hair in a pretty tight ponytail, and that's just to get it out of my face. But if you can, try and braid your hair. That's just going to really protect it. It helps prevent a bunch of friction from your hair rubbing against each other, especially before you go to sleep. Like, I don't know about you all, but I move around so much when I sleep, and it's just so healthy for my hair. Putting it in a braid with that hair oil allows it to nourish it throughout the night, but also whenever I move around, there's not as much friction on my hair, nor is there a ton of tension on my scalp that could create like hair loss and hair thinning areas, or even balding, depending on how much you have that issue. And then just throughout the day and stuff, try and avoid touching your hair as much as possible. That's a really bad habit of mine. I touch my hair all the time. I'm working on it. The oils from your hands, all the grime, the dirt and stuff, that will rub off on your hair. So try and avoid doing that. But I think that's pretty much it for my hair care routine. I do use a gloss occasionally. I use the Kristen S, and I very much love that. I haven't used it in a while. I find that these products do enough for me, but if I'm really like, if I have an occasion coming up and I really need that extra shiny boost, then go in with a hair gloss. I will point out, I do wash my hair once a day. I shower once a day. I'm a very active person, so usually I'll go to the gym, go for a run, or it's freaking hot where I live right now, so I just get gross and sweaty from being outside. So I'll take a shower and wash my hair and do that routine. But that works for me and my hair type. I want to point that out very clearly. Everyone's needs and everyone's hair is different, so do your own research. If you need to consult with a professional for that, I highly recommend doing so. I've figured out what works for my hair through trial and error. It's taken me freaking 20 years to get there, 19, 20 years to get there, and I'm finally at a place where I know what works for me and my hair. I love doing double French braids down the side and pulling them to the front. That is like my favorite protective hairstyle whenever I work out now, because it's cute, I look adorable, it protects my hair, and it's so much better like for preventing tangles. But that's all I have. I hope you all found this helpful. But don't forget to like and subscribe to help support me, and I'll see you all next week.